The slow introduction, typical of Haydn's later symphonies, does far more than calmly prepare the ground for the musical events to come.
One of the ways that a great composer shows mastery is to pretend to be stupid, creating artificial, embarrassing moments. Why? Because in the end, when the composer appears to stumble, he scares the audience. If you go to a play and suddenly the actor forgets a line, you become upset. So when Haydn creates strange things, he's trying to make the audience in London think, oh my God, what's going to happen now? And from the very first moment of this symphony, he, instead of having a nice narrative, you have the winds that play. And they stop. What? So the strings become a little bit nervous and try to help along. So they play. The winds try again. Again, stop. The strings pick up. So Haydn is actually pretending to be a little bit gauche, to be a little bit clumsy. And he finally gets to the end of the introduction, and of course the most important thing about the introduction is asking the audience if they want to hear the rest. Now, would you like this, everybody? And the way Haydn does that is, of course, to lead to a chord of expectancy. So he plays. He's asking, and if that weren't enough, an even bigger one. A normal composer would have stopped there and gone on. But Haydn doesn't. He asks the violins to hold. And you have. The violins keep going and then they trail into nothing as if they've lost their way. And you could say, why would a competent composer do that? Haydn's got a couple of things up his sleeves here. First of all, this note, which the violins play, is the highest note they've played in the symphony so far. So it reaches up to the sky. But he's not going to be able to start the symphony that high because it will go off the violin's range in terms of orchestra. His main theme is going to be this. So he's got to get from here down to there. And the way he does it is he climbs down the ladder. Finally, things start to happen in an exciting way, and he gets to where the next tune should come. What will it be? We think. But this is what he does. Tragedy. Or is he just doing this? It's one or the other. What he's doing is he's playing poker with the London public. He's saying to them, you aren't going to keep up with me. Don't even try to play poker with me because I'm going to take all of the chips and walk away. No one would have expected this crocodile tears moment.
Finally, Haydn introduces a second subject in the style of a bucolic peasant dance. Instead of closing the exposition once these two subjects have been set out, Haydn comes up with another musical idea.
So, we didn't get 2 tunes, we got 3. And they happened in the wrong place. So Haydn said, just watch out. Because with me, you can't be sure what's going to happen. And what should have happened at this point was to finish. And you'd go back. Or it could have been... He could lead us back. But Haydn is a rascal. He doesn't do things by the book. When you try to consider the origins of Haydn's 94th Symphony, the so-called Surprise Symphony, you have to have a sense of Haydn's biography. Haydn is the opposite of Mozart in so many ways. Mozart is a kind of a hothouse plant who sees himself identifying with the aristocracy. Haydn is born in a thatched roof cottage with a dirt floor. Haydn is a man of the soil. Haydn is a person who is given talent and struggles and works and becomes a good composer, becomes an excellent composer, becomes a great composer, and keeps on improving and keeps on climbing until he becomes the greatest composer in the world.